Our last speaker of the evening from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The dude can preach. Bring him up strong. Our last speaker of the Ultimate Agent Tour, Allie, Saleh.
I appreciate you. Buddy, we got it. I promise you. I promise you. We'll do. I'll go up the lights and help, babe. Yeah!
Hit him!
Cool?
Hit him!
All right, all right. I don't know. I just feel like I should go on the WWE or something, you know? I mean, God almighty. The fireworks show, Cody, I mean, that's okay. We got it. I remember growing up, like when we used to buy fireworks, you'd be, don't do anything inside the house. And now we got like a lightning show with Cody over here inside doors. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to call my mom and dad and talk to them about it. I don't know. How's everybody doing? All right. I want you to put a word in your brain to always use when someone asks you how you're doing. And the word's going to be outstanding. Let's practice. How are you doing? Outstanding. Man, doesn't that feel good to even say? Let's do it one more time. How are you doing? Outstanding. Yeah, I'm feeling outstanding too. Thank you so much for participating with me. I just want you to know my intent today is not to motivate. You know, I was talking to a few of the guys back there, like, man, Al, you're going to motivate everyone? You're going to get everyone fired up? No. My job is not to motivate today. I want you all to know, I believe that you're all already motivated. You're here. You've chose to be here for whatever reason, right? It might be to learn something about a product. It might be to meet somebody for mentorship. Whatever it might be, you're here for a reason, and you're already motivated. My job, I hope, is to help every single one of you today, because I believe I have this skill set, to help take what's special inside you and just activate it, okay? Because, see, God has already hooked you all up. You all have something, so right? Give yourselves a round of applause, yes. God has hooked us all up with something special, and it's our job through life and through the opportunities that he puts before us to find a way to help and make that activation click. Because once it does and it goes, it won't stop, and it'll continue to go for you. And it's funny because so will your prayer life, so will your relationship with the people around you, and so will the things that happen because you will help create those things. I love the line, I use this all the time. Allie, Saleh is obsessed with your success, and my job today is to make sure that that happens. We activate, and you will have the success in life that you want because you'll follow some simple principles by using the acronym of success. But before I do that, I want to obviously tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Allie Saleh. I got involved in the insurance business, I would tell you, 13 years ago. And I will tell you, it's been crazy my whole life. I've had some great opportunities, and God has hooked me up along the way many, many times. Cody was joking about it earlier. I have a wife. Her name is Shelly. By the way, it's Shelly's birthday today, and she's sitting over there. I can't see her. It's my wife's birthday, yeah. So here's something to think about, okay? When I think about my wife, I think about the fact that I believe that God put this woman on this earth literally to help me. So when we're talking about support of a spouse, I just want to really go crazy with everybody to understand what that looks like. What I'm telling you all is we're all unique, right? Like God created us all with different fingerprints, different eyes, and different hair. And like if God was to ever ask me, like, what would you want different about Shelly? I'd say, God, don't change a hair follicle, okay? Because that's how amazing she is, right? That's my wife. And when I say I would not be on stage if it wasn't for her, I'm not on stage here, guys, because I'm some great guy. This is practice. When Cody said, Allie, do you want to come and help us? We want to promote this Ultimate Agent. I think it's such an incredible concept, and I think he's just got such beautiful, youthful energy that he's transferring to you all, right? This guy's in his early 30s. He started this in his late 20s, and he's just an example of getting people to dream big. Man, yeah, dude, I'd love to be a part of that. Well, you'll have the opportunity to speak. Yeah, man, I need to work on speaking. Well, why do you think you get to work on speaking? Because I want to get better, because I want to be able to help activate as many people to understand what's special inside them. And if it wasn't for my wife activating me a lot of times, I wouldn't be standing up here in front of y'all. God's hooked me up with 4 beautiful kids. I got my daughter, Samantha. She's in her 3rd year at Oklahoma University. So yes, I'm rooting for the Sooners tomorrow. Sorry, okay? I got my daughter, Theory. She goes to OSU. You know my daughter, Theory's doing? Oh, okay, we got some OSU people. Love it, love it. And that's Oklahoma State, because I'm a Michigan guy, so I would never say Ohio State, okay? But my daughter Theory's great. She's at OSU. She's 20 years old, and she's just killing it. Whatever that kid does, she's just, I mean, I love her. I could cry for days about her. She's awesome. And then we got my twins. Shelly and I, man, got hooked up. We got Ariel and Alexander. And Ariel's at OU with her older sister Samantha, and they're just loving their lives, right? And my son, who I just think is a stud, you know? I do. And it's not that the way, I'm not telling, he looks damn good, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, he does, he looks damn. But my son's a stud because this kid is just cool and calm. And at 18 years old, he's been able to learn how to do this business at some level to where he's got his friend Jagger, who's here too today, who came on board with us a couple weeks ago, takes him out this week, him and another agent of ours, and this kid makes over $2,000 for the first week in his business, guys, right? And this is my son. And I believe as I watch how we're evolving together as a family, you know what I notice about my son? Like, he helps balance me. Like, he brings a calming effect, and it just works. And you know what I just got to say? That's all God. Because I'm praying for these things, and they just continue to happen. But also, I have to make sure I'm doing good for other people, so that will continue to happen for everybody. Does that make sense? You can't pray and work for something good to happen and have success if you do not make sure that you're spreading that amongst others. You can't say, man, that person sucked. Man, I hope I do really good. How does that work? You can't do that. Does that make sense? Okay. Love my son. All right, I want to also real quick recognize Zach Hanford and Jeff Milburn are both here. They're dear friends, and they've also helped us launch our new company, Invested America, which I'm real excited about. I'm not getting into that here today, but excited about them being here, being supportive. I also have Erica Curtis and Lexi Kennedy that are here supporting as well. Just so grateful for you ladies being here. And just super cool. Ginger Ford's a woman I've known in the business. Matter of fact, I could share some funny stories later. But this woman I've known for over 13 years, really got to know her the last several years with our kids going to school, and now we're doing business together, and I'm so grateful for her help and her support being here today as well. So you guys can give all my people there a round of applause. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's get into some stuff here. I'm going to look at my notes because I want to make sure I don't miss some of the key things I want to discuss with everybody, okay? The first letter in success is S. See your goals, strategize a plan. I want you, as soon as I'm done with this, if you agree with me, I want to hear you give me an I. Here's what I want you guys to know about seeing your goals and strategizing a plan. I'm going to go really elementary on this one, and I'll go on to some other examples. Here's this. As a brand new agent or a veteran agent, your job is to sell insurance. The only way you're going to do that is with volume. You got to be consistent, and you got to be fired up and excited about it all the time. How does that work? You're going to commit to whatever it might be. Let's make something really simple here. If you're in the insurance business, you got to, and this month you're going to make $5,000. If you're going to make $5,000, what's it going to take? How many appointments do you need to have, right? How many then are you going to have that are actually show up, and then how many sales you got to make? Simple formula. Write this down. I'm going to book 15 appointments. I'm going to get in front of 10, and I'm going to sell 3. I know we got some guys in the business. They're like, man, we heard that years ago. Yeah, well, things haven't changed. Okay, you still got to book 15, get in front of 10, sell 3. If you do that enough times over and over and over again, good things will happen in your business. You will make more sales. But if you slow that down, do you know what happens? Bad things happen. You've got to make sure when Mo is moving, you're moving with Mo. Does that make sense with everybody? You've got to have serious goals. I had a goal that when I got involved in the insurance business, I was going to do whatever it took to make $100,000. To me, that was all the money in the world. So you know what I did? They said 15, 10, and 3. I said, great. I worked on doing 15, 10, and 3. And then I got really good. I couldn't even book 15 anymore because I didn't have enough time. So now I would book like 12 or 13, run 12 or 13, and sell like 18 apps. Right? It got crazy. And then I would have to deliver policies on Saturdays while I sold policies. And then I had to go out and meet with other people while I still wanted to get to my kids' basketball games because I was stressed about the money, but I had to make sure I was there too. I was driven and I had goals set in place, and the work had to get done. I wasn't allowed to be lazy because if I was lazy, that would be me not showing gratitude to God for my wife and my children that He put in front of me. Does that make sense? S, see your goals, strategize a plan. Say I. I'm not committed. I don't feel the commitment there. And if you don't want to, hey, no worries. But I want you to. And you got to feel this. Are you committed to setting your goals and strategizing a plan? Say I. Thank you. Woo! I'm fired up. All right. The next one is uncomfortable. The clock's going here. Okay, uncomfortable. I love talking about this. Okay. How do I want to do this? This is great. Okay. I'm going to talk about being uncomfortable in this manner. You guys ever feel scared when you're doing something? Okay? And then when you're scared, sometimes you just let it drag on and you just let it go for a little while. Okay. Look, I've been put in a lot of situations in business over the years with some dear friends and people I care about. And I got to tell you, sometimes you could just sit there and just be so scared about making a move that you'll just cripple yourself. Okay? I just want you all to know that I have had things happen in my life that have just put me like in business. I felt like I was in a box for a while, you know, and I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. But then I was scared to try to go outside the box. So then I would just live inside the box because I was afraid to move. But let me tell you all something. Just remember, every time a door closes, there's like 10 doors opening. And you've got to believe that. And the only way you'll believe that is if you truly have faith. And you got to believe with all your heart that what we're saying is true. If you deserve to have success, then that it's true. You just got to ask for what you want. You got to be able to be uncomfortable and put yourself in positions, right? They're going to make you that way. Simple example, I'll give you one. It's Thanksgiving 2009. I got my daughter Samantha in the car with me, and we're driving to an appointment on a Wednesday. I just love this story because it feels like yesterday, okay? So I'm in the car with my daughter Samantha, and we're going to run this one appointment. I said, Sammy, one more appointment. We told Mom we'll go pick up some stuff, and then we'll get home. We go run this appointment. I sell this woman a policy. We don't leave the house until about 8:30, 8:45, something like that. The night before Thanksgiving. And Samantha's in the car. God, I love that kid, right? So she's in the car with me. I think she's 9 at the time, 8 or 9. Shelly will fact check it here in a bit, okay? But she's 8 or 9 years old, and we're in the car. And as we're going home, she goes, hey, Dad, are we always going to have to, you're going to always have to do this like the day before Thanksgiving? I said, hey, Sammy, right now, honey, I'm going to work as much as I possibly can, as often as I possibly can, to make sure that you guys don't ever worry about Thanksgiving, you know? But I got to tell you, it's also a little scary because you have these little people that look up to you and they just expect you're going to provide, and then you also having these visions of things you want to do. Well, I just got to tell you, I lived uncomfortable. I'd work the day after Thanksgiving. I'll work the Saturday. I'll take calls after church on Sunday. I was going to do whatever it took to get to that next level. Does that make sense? Who here lives an uncomfortable life, would they say? Okay? Now I want to hear from you. Say aye if you're willing to commit to an uncomfortable life to achieve your greatest results by activating what's special inside you. Say aye. Woo! Okay. That guy's fired up. Okay? Some of this is working. I'm doing okay here. Some of this is working. Create a successful mindset. Guys, check this out. Real quick story. I'm going to try to clip note this story, but it's a Dallas Cowboys story, so that might be kind of cool. All right? We got Jerry Jones, we got Jimmy Johnson, and we got Barry Switzer, right? Did you guys know all three of them went to college together? You didn't know that? All three of them went to college together. Did you know that all three of them were in the same fraternity together? Who do you think was the partier, the biggest partier of the three? Barry Switzer, right? Everybody knows that, right? Okay, Oklahoma coach. Shout out to him. Okay, so here's the story. They're all in school together. They're all in college. They're all going to University of Arkansas. They're Razorbacks. Ginger Ford, you love some Razorback action there too, right? Okay, so here's the deal. They're all in school. They're in college. They're all partying. The fraternity's having a party. Check this out. When the party's going on, you know what Jimmy Jones says? Hey, guys, I got to go. I ain't going to stay here. What do you mean? Where are you going, Jimmy? We're going to party. No. He packs his bag, and he starts heading out. He goes, I'm driving about 50 miles away because I'm selling insurance. So what Jerry Jones did is he went out and sold insurance while other guys were partying at the frat house, okay? So what happens? Let's fast forward. Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys. Jerry Jones hires Jimmy Johnson, fires Jimmy Johnson, hires Barry Switzer, wins Super Bowls with both of them. How did he get started? He sold some insurance. So when his buddies were partying, he was living a little uncomfortable so he could have the prize at the end. Pretty big time for Jerry Jones, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love that story. I think it's freaking cool. Okay. Clarity, whatever it takes. I want you guys, you need to write this one down. If there was any profound wisdom my wife gave me years ago, this is it. Are you guys ready? When I was complaining about money being spent at the house, because I'm always good at that, my wife said to me one day, you know what the problem is, Allie? It's the way that you think. And I was like, no, it's not the way I think. We're spending too much money. She goes, you only think we're spending too much money because you're not earning enough money. No, the audacity of this woman, right? I mean, what was she thinking? But let's marinate on that for a second. If you want something, this industry, if this is your industry, right? If this is gonna be for you and we can activate what makes you special in this industry, what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to kill it. And then you will no longer put limits and limitations on yourself. You're going to take it up to the next level. Does that make sense? It only happens with faith and consistency. This isn't about money. What she was communicating to me was mentally, anything I want is going to be completely controlled by what's here and what I truly believe, right? That's what we're talking about. So I need to know moving forward, whatever it takes, if it's phone calls, if it's door knocking, if it's an extra appointment, are you all committed to doing what it takes to be clear where you're going and what it's going to take? Say aye. All right, awesome. Let's talk about embracing the process. Let me go to embracing the, okay, I love this. How many times have you guys been working towards a goal in your insurance business or in your personal life, and then what happens is a roadblock hits. Something bad happens. You start to doubt what you're gonna do, right? It starts getting really dark inside. Man, let me tell you, I've quit the insurance business many, many times before I got to a place where I'd be crazy to ever leave, because you know, me quitting would show lack of gratitude for the industry. The industry's been good to me, so my job is to give the industry back. Does that make sense? Okay, so think about it this way. Embrace the process. When is it typically the darkest during the day? Does anybody know what time or what period of the day, or what's a way to know when the darkest time is? Right before the dawn, right? That means that when it's darkest, the light's about to come. Don't quit now. Does that make sense? Okay. I have to tell you, again, your circle. Let's go to the next slide, right? Staying on the path, so again. So everybody here, a spouse, a friend, your primary circle, who are those people? Who do you call when you need something? Like, ask my kids. If it's something bad really happened, they're gonna call dad. Otherwise, they're calling mom, right? They have a system, okay? Who's your circle? You know, who are you calling to ask about the insurance business? Who are you going to call and say, hey, I need you to support me in this? Who's going to truly cheerlead for you? You know what? My daughter, Thea, I was talking about earlier, she did POM, she competed, she was a beast, she won state championships. Love that kid, right? And I'm just so proud of her. I feel like she taught me that my job was to POM and cheer for other people. Does that make sense? And you guys are going to do that as well, but you have to stay on your path. You have to keep hitting where you want to go, and you can't deviate. And remember, sometimes it's when it's darkest and the less chance it's going to happen, that's when it does. But that's what faith looks like. Again, imagine if you just had the faith of a mustard seed, how much you truly could achieve, right? All right. You know what's super powerful? Is I'm about to wrap up, and when I do, I'm going to throw up my QR code. And I just want you to know, I don't got a flyer, I don't got a graphic, I got nothing. You know what I got? I got me, okay? And what I'm saying about that is this. My goal is to educate you guys, to get you motivated, to get you to understand and be excited about this. Well, this whole Ultimate Agent thing that Cody and his team have done, which, by the way, guys, 5 cities, I don't think we had a hiccup. Give those guys a round of applause. And I just to tell you, we did not have one, I don't know one hiccup that we had. I mean, there was never, whenever we need to get the bus was there. When we need to get on the plane was there. When we had to get to the hotel was there. Whatever it needed, it just always seemed to be great. And I got to tell you, this team has really got some serious order, and it's something for all of us